should be live. Yes, yes, test, test, test. My mic is working. Oscar. Yes.
Hi, from the Netherlands.
Almost
Yes.
Belgium. Yes. And from the United States of America. We've got
good afternoon from America.
Everything is great again.
It's Chris.
It's Chris from Utah. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the stream. We finally stick to our weekly schedule. It's sometimes not easy, but we're doing our best. And today we've got another 30 minutes of
Totally unbiased.
Totally unbiased and totally unimportant stuff to talk about. Anyway,
there is something important to talk about.
Okay.
I'm an American now.
Yes, that is something we should talk about, and we should also talk about the fact whether that's a good or a bad thing.
Well, it's one of the peculiarities of being English is you can't actually ever leave the United Kingdom. You can't relinquish your British citizenship. So both Paula and I are now dual citizenship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always handy. So. Okay. And
the government knows more about me now than they know about every other American. And I know more about American history than most Americans.
Yes, that is
probably
obviously what's happening. Yes. Okay. Well, congratulations. I think this is something that you've been working hard to make happen. So that's good.
Yeah, Paula got hers in November, and then for some reason they probably just didn't like the look of me, so I got pushed all the way to May.
There were some weird things in your
It was interesting because when I went for the interview, they sat down and he had this big file that was like this thick.
Yeah.
And he put it on the desk and he goes, "That's you." I'm like,
okay.
Oh my God.
Really?
And it had everything in there going back to the first business trip I made to America in 1994.
Okay.
Really?
Every trip in and out of the country.
Yeah.
All my immigration records, all my work records, everything.
All your emails. Yeah.
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 All the Grindelwald Bastards episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why they were doubting.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, the government's a bit old-fashioned. They printed out the YouTube video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Anyway, that's I mean, that's still a whole thing. You have to go there. You have to.
Yeah. You have to. You go and be interviewed. They ask you a bunch of questions. Then there's an exam. And then they review your case file after they've done that, and then they decide yes or no, and then you have a naturalization ceremony.
Okay.
And the ceremony that I went to, there were 39 people from 25 different countries.
Wow.
So
okay, cool.
It was quite a spread. There was a Dutch person there.
Okay.
And there was someone from New Zealand. There was someone from Canada, and I thought, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah. You should go from the States to Canada, not the other way around.
Yeah, it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
And then we had like Zimbabwe and Syria and Iran and Japan, and it was pretty varied. There was a lot of different nationalities.
Okay.
And then when they finished, they said, what you should understand is that now you're a naturalized citizen as opposed to someone who was born here. That doesn't mean that you suddenly give up being English or Japanese or Dutch. What it means is you obey the laws of the country, you support the government, and you integrate. But we want you to bring all of your history and your memories and your culture with you. So, because that's what makes the country stronger, is when you have all of these different influences and different nationalities and everything.
Wow.
And I thought, there's a lot of people in this country don't understand that. Starting with Trump.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of people that won't agree with that. Yeah.
But that's the official line of the immigration and naturalization people is, you relinquish a certain amount of control from your old country, but you don't suddenly give it up. I mean, you don't just. We're not asking you to forget about it and forget about your customs and forget your language and forget your history. We want you to bring that with you.
Cool. Yeah.
So which I thought was really cool.
That is really cool. I wouldn't have thought that they would, go that way. But
and there was a couple of videos, sort of a congratulations on becoming a citizen, and then they sort of plugged Joe Biden into a 12-volt battery, and we got a video of him once they woke him up.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then it was all done. It took about an hour and a half altogether. So
okay, so that's
for the actual ceremony.
Yep. Okay, that sounds like something serious.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good time.
It was because everybody needed to sing the national anthem, or.
Yeah, well, see, they even when they had the national anthem, and they had the oath, like it's called the oath ceremony, where you basically your oath is to support the country and to support the government.
Mm-hmm.
And the very last line, it says "One nation under God," and the way it's written on the screen is "One nation," and then "under God" is in brackets, which means you have the option to say it or not.
Okay.
So I chose not to say it, and then they, it's like. Again, most people don't seem to see, the average American has no idea that this is even a thing.
No.
That you're given these options when you're becoming a naturalized citizen.
Of course, yeah.
So
yeah,
I just thought it was great that the immigration department is a lot more forward-thinking than certain other parts of the government.
Yeah. It's weird because you get a whole different vibe from Americans in general, that this is something completely the opposite, actually, of what we.
Yeah, to a lot of Americans, it's get out and stay out.
Yeah.
But
okay.
But yeah, it was good.
Well, yes, I can understand.
Yeah. And how does it work? Do you keep two separate passports, or do you have now one document with?
No, so I now have to apply for an American passport because I can't leave the country now.
No.
Because I don't have a green card anymore.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So I apply for an American passport, and that becomes the primary one that I travel on now.
Okay.
But we get to keep the English passport as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're dual nationality.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool.
Well,
Yes.
very nice.
That's And are there any other practical things that now suddenly become a lot more easy than before?
We can vote.
Okay.
It's a lot easier to get in and out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then on a legal level, it's not impossible, but it's much harder for them to throw you out of the country now.
Okay.
So if I commit a federal offense, I'm now basically an American as far as they're concerned.
Okay. Yeah.
If I committed a federal offense with a green card, they basically just prosecute me and throw me out of the country.
Yeah.
Which, obviously I'm not planning to go and murder anyone, but when you consider that...
So
when you consider that a federal offense could be going over 100 miles an hour on a freeway, because the freeway is a federal territory.
Exactly.
If you're caught doing more than a certain speed, it's considered to be a criminal offense.
Yeah.
Which makes it a federal offense, which means...
that they would have the opportunity to kick you out of the country if you didn't have an American passport. Okay, well, that...
Yeah, so that's no longer the case.
Okay.
And they won't waterboard you probably now.
No.
I don't think so.
It's only for foreigners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn foreigners.
Damn foreigners. That's just waterboard them. Okay. Well, great stuff. Again, congratulations. And finally a real American in our show, which is always good. Yeah.
Just not with the American accent.
Okay.
How did you celebrate?
Not really a lot to celebrate. I came home and went back to work.
Okay. I put on a
had a beer in the evening, waved a flag.
I put on a pointy white hat and a white robe and burnt crosses. Yeah.
I stopped on the way home and bought a 50-gallon barrel full of drums and buried it in my backyard.
And bought a firearm. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, good stuff. Let's talk about Formula One. Because I think we need to do that, obviously, because that's something we...
A strategy race.
Yes, we did. Yeah, it was a bit weird. It was again a good race, and you can't expect that much from a Monaco race anyway, because it's always a little bit, Yeah,
but I mean, Pierre Gasly proved that you can overtake in Monaco in the wet on all those corners that people don't normally overtake.
Exactly. That was one. That was one thing.
That was excellent.
Alonso showed that he can just hold up the whole the whole 20 or 16 cars that are not in front and just stay.
Yeah, see, I like what he said at the end that you told me about. Was was he holding them up, or was it that the first car in line behind him couldn't overtake him?
Yeah, maybe that's something else. But he was just trying to hold everything up because he's just not a Hamilton fan. We all know that, and he just increased the gap between the front couple of guys and the rest, and that might have had quite some influence on the whole race. You know, looking at how things go with the pit stops and everything. So he really did his best to influence that race.
I thought Ferrari's strategy with Leclerc was a bit weird. How he ended up fourth after all of that. That didn't seem right. But I'm glad that Red Bull were happy to let Checo win.
Oh yeah, but there was really no easy way to change that. I mean, it was not like Max was just behind him, could have passed him, or it was an easy. It was an honest win.
And the reality is, Max was ahead of Leclerc.
Yes,
which is all that matters right now.
Exactly. And that's why they didn't change.
So even if they'd finished 5-6, Max would have still increased his lead just a little bit.
Exactly. And I think also with last race where Checo was sort of peopled by them to let Max go, he wasn't happy about that. I think it was a good call all around.
He ran an excellent race.
First of all, he had an excellent race, excellent weekend. He really showed his support when needed. He just deserved to win this race, and they let him win it. And I thought that was actually pretty good. Also, now he signed his contract for another 2 years, so there was something more than just winning the race. It was just full trust, and he's going to be part of the team for the coming years now, which is good. What I just found weird is that. I did not understand completely the strategies of any team, really, because they were...
I don't think they understood.
No, because why? I think in the end, Sainz was the only one, but I thought they would have gone from full wets to slicks and not do the intermediates in between.
Yeah.
Because...
Sainz was the first one who called.
Yeah, but I was thinking that everybody would do that. I was saying to Michelle, okay, they're driving more and more and more. There is only a little bit of wet left. So the no-brainer for me would be drive a little bit more on the full wets and then go to the slicks and skip the intermediates. But they all went for intermediates, and I would have thought who was the first that went to intermediates? Was it Ferrari? I don't know. Anyway, no, it was not Ferrari. Well, anyway, someone went.
Gasly, I think.
Gasly went for intermediates. Then everybody went for intermediates, and I was thinking, well, Red Bull will now probably wait a little bit and then switch to slicks. Yeah. But they went to intermediates too, and then had to stop again. So I thought they thrown away valuable track advantage. But then, obviously, Ferrari made a stupid mistake, which sort of saved them. So I think it was Ferrari's bad strategy more than...
Yeah, it was Ferrari's race to lose.
It was not Red Bull's smart strategy. It was just that Ferrari did a bad job.
At least Leclerc got to race this year.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, last year, remember Leclerc got on pole position last year and then wrecked his car on the way back to the pits and couldn't start the race.
No, because he had problems. Yeah, I know exactly what happened, and that's why I think there was a lot of pressure on this race, also for him to win it. And he might have normally been able to win it if they didn't do that stupid thing with the strategy, which was a bit odd. And then there was this thing with Max going over the yellow line at the pit exit, which wasn't the case.
Oh, that made me really nervous.
Yeah, it made me nervous too, because I was thinking, well, if he did cross that line, they're gonna, at least 5 seconds or whatever, and then it's gonna be a problem.
At least, yeah.
And I couldn't see it. I really could not see whether or not he went over that line. And now I saw footage from the other side, and it's definitely not gone over that line. But Ferrari did an official complaint, and they tried to make him get a penalty. But obviously everybody saw that that was not the case. And then they made that mistake where they said it was Perez that did that. So they also made that switch. So it was a little bit awkward for race control, obviously. And they might have thought, oh shit, we said Perez. What are we gonna do? Well, not talk about it anymore. Let's just let it go. Maybe nobody will notice.
Let it go.
And then everybody. And then anyway. So
did you hear? Was it Ocon? Was it Ocon's pit radio where he was talking about Hamilton?
I'm not sure. What was that?
When Hamilton hit him on the inside of the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like 20 or 30 laps later, they handed out a 5-second penalty. I think it was Ocon.
Yeah, true.
And Ocon was on the pit radio and went, of course, Hamilton runs me off the track and we're the ones that get the penalty.
Yeah, it's that was again really, and I always have to be careful not to. I know I'm biased, but I try to be a little bit honest with myself and think, okay, what happened here? Did he cut him off or whatever? But there's definitely two ways of looking at it. The one time they said, well, if you're not more than halfway past the car in front, you don't have the right to that corner. And that is what they use in favor of Hamilton, if that's the case. But now, because something else happened, now they turn it around. So I don't understand it. So what is it? Is it the thing? Also, Silverstone, that bad accident with Max. The only reason why they said that was not they said, but Hamilton had the right of that corner because I was already halfway through it. But there was no way. First of all, he wasn't halfway next to him.
No, he wasn't.
Second of all, that's just a stupid way to do that. So I don't know what they're looking at anymore. Anyway, now because of Hamilton, they said that Hamilton did not. Hamilton did not push him off, but Ocon cut him off. It's just stupid, and it's it's definitely Hamilton that still gets favors for some reason. And what's starting to get to be annoying too is that the commentary is still talking about Hamilton all the time.
Yeah,
they
never talk about Russell.
They don't talk about Russell. And
for 7 races, he's out-qualified him.
I think they even...
And he's out-raced him.
They even talked more about... They talk... Okay, they have to talk about Leclerc and Verstappen. And then maybe a little bit of Sainz. And then it's Hamilton. Because... And it doesn't matter where he is. If he drives last or whatever, they are talking about him. And they're still saying that he's doing such a good job and that he's being held back and that he's... And it's just, you don't...
I mean, it's... Russell has out-qualified him 7 races in a row. He's finished ahead of him 7 races in a row. He's had faster laps than Hamilton 7 races in a row. Yeah. Mercedes' number 1 driver is George Russell.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all there is to it. If Hamilton can't drive the car, then he needs to figure out how to drive the car.
But how can it...
The car has problems.
Yeah.
But Russell is able to deal with it.
Exactly. And the thing is that if Mercedes themselves would do that would be one thing. But the commentary is the same. F1 commentary.
They need to get over themselves.
I'm listening to the F1 official commentary.
It's the same with the international with the Sky commentary.
Okay, yeah, but Sky is maybe, Sky is British Sky and might be more biased because they're British. But F1, I know they're British too, but F1 should be completely unbiased, I think, and they're not. They're also, I think, they're still, if Max is doing a good job, they will have to admit that he did a good job, but they will not be over the moon about it. They will just they have to say it, and it's almost hurting them to have to say it, and you can see that. They talk about how great. I mean, how great.
It's the same with Leclerc. They won't
exactly.
They won't really ever give Leclerc the credit he's due because he's a really good driver.
Yeah. I know, and it's just a little bit annoying that they are they're clearly having their favorites and and non-favorites. So, they should stop that, and they should just evenly spread that thing over all the drivers.
They should leave having favorites to a professional show.
Yes,
like ours.
Exactly. Yeah, there are enough people. Yeah, but I think even we are trying to. I know, obviously we have favorites, and obviously, I mean that's true. But still, we're trying to look at it in some way.
I have
multiple angles.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it's.
I have no issue with talking about Leclerc or Sainz or George Russell or any of the others, because they're all doing a really good job this year. And Hamilton is just not doing a good job.
I agree. I totally agree. I think, I don't know, and I'm honest about it, because I don't know the car. I don't know what happened. But if you look at it, there are probably 10 drivers that would do a better job in that car than Hamilton does right now.
Yeah.
And that's, I think you can safely say that is the case. And that's just weird. He's just lost it. And then again, I mean, I can understand that when you've been world champion 7 years in a row, and then lose the 8th time the way he did last year, that maybe the fire has gone out of you. Maybe you just can't bring it to do as good as you were before. Although we thought he wasn't as good because there was only the car, but still. And that's okay, but then let's be honest about that and just, say that this was it, and Hamilton is not having his year, and just focus on the drivers that are doing a good job. But they keep talking about him, it's just annoying. Then again, if you see, I think it's pretty clear that the last couple of championships, maybe 3 or 4, were just because the Mercedes. Had nothing to do with Hamilton. I think there would have been 5 or 6 or 10 drivers that would have become champion in that car. Also, or even with a bigger distance or whatever. So probably, I think we know that Hamilton still one of the best drivers, overall. But the last couple of years he wasn't that good anymore anyway. So and now with a car that's not as good.
Is he a good driver though?
I don't know.
I mean, statistically, the number of times that favors have gone his way and that luck has gone his way.
Yeah, true. But okay, he might not have been level Senna or Lauda or whatever. They say that, and I don't really believe that. That's
he's not that good.
I agree. I think I really think, and that's not.
I don't like his personality.
No, that's another.
Really doesn't.
That's another big thing. Yeah, me too. Anyway, but that was the thing. Another thing which shook me up a little bit was Schumacher's accident. I really thought for a while that was very, very serious, and then I saw it was the rear end that broke, not like the front end with Grosjean. And then it's okay. So the monocoque, his seat was still okay. Then still the hit is enormous, so there still could have been something, but it wasn't as bad as I thought when I first saw it. But still, he's had 2 pretty big crashes over the last 2 or 3 races, I think. This is becoming a little bit.
It's becoming a theme.
Yeah, and you don't want. He has to do. I don't know. Has to be careful.
He's the last driver that you want to have something like
exactly. That. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, it's that extra. that extra thing, So
Did they already mention something about what happened? Because it looked very strange. What happened?
Yeah. No.
It was just he overcooked it in the corner, and when the car started to go sideways, the Tech Pro barrier on that corner has like a hump in it. Yeah. And he hit it sideways like that, and the hump basically imparted enough force in the car that the back went one way and the front went the other way, and then the back sort of snapped off.
And I think it's sort of by design. It's like brick of bolts. I think they are they're purposely making that part a little bit weak in the side impact so that it breaks to sort of disperse the energy. And I believe that's probably why.
Get rid of the heaviest part of the car.
Yeah, that's probably why it broke there and not halfway the monocoque or whatever. Which is
you can see how used to this sort of thing the Monaco organizers and marshals are by how fast they got it cleared up.
Yeah.
I mean, they are some of the best marshals. They're some of the most well organized in the world.
Yeah. They're very, they were they were great. Anyway, it was a great race. It was a little bit weird, but I think the result for Max was much better than we could have hoped for. I mean, we were thinking, Leclerc won, Max maybe second, but most likely third or fourth. So and now him being in front of Leclerc is just another bit of luck that we can use. And
finally, he's getting the luck.
Yeah. Agreed. This year, yes. This year he is somewhat lucky. Instead of
Formula One has always been about engineering, the skill of the driver, and luck.
Yeah.
And he's always been missing the luck.
And now he finally has that. So it's gonna be great. Next race is Baku, which is famously not a good race for Max, but let's see how that turns out. So anyway, it's almost half an hour and we haven't talked about Top Gun.
Have you seen it yet?
No. I don't know. I don't have time. I will try and see.
You have to make time to go and see it in the cinema.
I know. I will.
You have to.
I will definitely go and see it in the cinema, but I'm not sure when I can make the time to do that. But I will.
We've got tickets to go and see it again on Friday.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
The last movie that I saw twice in the cinema was Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
And the last movie that I saw in the cinema twice before that was Star Wars in 1977.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is only the third time I've gone back and seen a movie twice in the cinema.
Yeah. Now I think it's clear that it's a really, really, really good movie because everybody is going going on about how good it is, and I totally believe that. And it's a no-brainer for me to go and see that in the cinema as soon as I can find the time to do that.
One of my friends who went to see it yesterday, because we saw it before him, he said he was kind of nervous because everyone was talking about it. He said, I have such high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, don't worry, your expectations aren't high enough. No. and he went to see it yesterday afternoon and he phoned me up straight after he got out of the cinema and he went, no, you're right, my expectations were nowhere near high. So
cool. Yeah, we'll definitely we'll talk about this subject again when all of us or one of us have also seen it, and then we can talk a little bit more about it, not having too much spoilers and everything. But in a couple of weeks' time, everybody knows exactly what's going to happen anyway, so then it won't be such a problem. But okay, so that's that. Then very quickly, I have finished the Corolla.
Mustard-colored
Corolla. The mustard-colored Toyota Corolla was pretty good. Was easy, not too difficult to build, but still with all the details and everything, it was fun to do, and it came out pretty good. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty much like the one my dad had. So
and the same plates.
Yeah.
Same number.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had I printed the. Let me see if I can put this. I printed the. I can run a slideshow, but it's only a couple of slides, so I'm not sure which slides it's gonna see. Oh, that 007070 ZH.
Oh, the old blue number.
And that was the exact number plate that my dad had. So I
the old square.
I printed.
Number.
Yeah, it was square back then. Yeah, it was exactly. There is obviously on the internet there is a number plate generator that can create this, and I just printed it out, and so that was pretty good. Anyway, it's and these are the number plates.
Or 3D or
no, it's just on paper.
Okay.
Just put the paper on there. So yeah, so that's the Corolla, pretty cool. And then Giorgio finished his Ferrari, his Speed Champion Ferrari. I really love this one. First of all, I love the fact that he built it all on his own, and it's not the easiest of things to build. So I was really chuffed about that. He really got through it, and he made some mistakes, but he went back by himself, found the mistake, and corrected it. Which is great. And he also did all the stickers, and that's that's really really cool. And they're pretty straight also. So that's good, except for this one. But that's not too bad. Anyway, I think it's a great Lego car again, Speed Champion, and
Nice.
yeah, maybe we'll get some more. Yeah. So that's.
Yeah, there was a small story about Lego. I was in the Mall of the Netherlands where you guys were when I was not able to go there.
Yeah.
And of course, I visited the Lego stores.
Yes.
And I really thought, oh, I will buy all the Muppets.
Yeah.
But they did put them all separate in bags.
Yeah.
It's gambling.
Well, they do have different numbers. But then you need to start searching for all the numbers, and they were not all there when I wanted to buy them, so I gave up. And then I thought
you should watch the Adam Savage video on that, because he ordered a bag of 10, and I think he got 4 Waldorfs, 2 Fozzie Bears, and 3 Kermits.
Yeah. Well, that's annoying when you do it online at the Lego site. It's indeed you can only say how many figures you want, but not which one you want.
Do you know what it's like? Do you remember the old Panini sticker books for the World Cup?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's like that.
Yeah, and also Lego has more like this minifig things where it's a surprise what you have. So they did that before.
But yeah, so that might normally be a nice thing, but not, of course, when you want to have the complete range.
Of course.
And they are €4 per piece. So buying a lot of bags for nothing is. But they are actually numbered, so you could find them all in the bags with the 12 different numbers or something.
We should just go wherever we are at a. We should put a list of the ones that we've got online, and then whenever one of us is at a store and finds a number that one of us doesn't have, take that one with us, and then we'll just spread them evenly around.
That might work.
That might work, or a bit better maybe than this. Okay, I didn't know that. That's a bummer. Because spending 40 or whatever euros on a whole set of Muppets is already quite a lot of money. But if you have to spend 400 to get all of them and then have all kinds of doubles, that's just a little bit stupid.
Crazy.
But okay, well, anyway, it's already past bedtime. So let's
beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock.
Stop the show. Yeah, it's beer o'clock. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks everybody for watching. And please subscribe, like, comment, and let us know what you think. Yep, and then we'll be back next time, hopefully with a correct thumbnail that shows 2030 instead of 2000, which I didn't have time to change again. But anyway, thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you all